In the tunnel.
In the tunnel.
In the tunnel. You're listening to In the Tunnel.
Hello and welcome to In the Tunnel, episode number 85. Pretty quick episodes back to back, huh?
We get them quick back to back because I think I only got uploaded the audio to iTunes and everything about a day or two ago. So, yeah, we recorded Saturday, got it up Monday.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I mean, we have a slow turnaround time process.
Yeah, anyway.
Maybe not the thing that we do best, but it is what it is.
This episode, as we alluded to last one, which was a few days ago, is March Madness. So we have a bunch of wheels, and let's see who gets to be in the NCAA March Madness tournament, huh?
Yes. For those who don't know, didn't listen to us in the early stages of the show, we decided to do our own March Madness bracket that doesn't factor in the automatic bids, the qualifying bids, at-large bids. So we decided to take all of Division I basketball, all Division 1A, and give everybody an equal shot. And we just spin wheels. We have 9 wheels we rotate through.
Yep.
And we just don't care. And the first year it made for a really comical and funny product because the team that went about 3 and I think 28 won the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. And
then
sure
there's some years like last year where it was Akron.
Yeah.
Which was Akron being just good enough to be well, they have a winning record and it kind of ruins it.
Yeah.
But, that's just the luck of the draw. So here we are, year 3. We're going to see what the wheel has in store for us. As always, Sean will be spinning the wheel, filling in the graphics as we did the last 2 years. And I will be looking up the statistical information.
Yep. So first things first, we're going to fill in the play-in round for all of the 4 sides of the bracket.
And just real quick, shout out to VegasInsider.com for giving me a website that just has basic tables for which I can look up all the stuff on.
Yep. All right. So first team is Florida State.
State Seminoles. Right now, out of the ACC, they are overall 15-5 with a 75% win percentage, 1 game back of the lead in the ACC conference. But now we're in tournament time. They are 12-1 at home, 3-4 away, 11-4 in conference.
So they have a pretty winning record.
Winning enough to be a 16 seed, and here we go.
I guess. All right.
We are off to the races this year.
As we've said, we are switching the wheel around, so it's a new one. It's going to take its first spin to find the next playing team, the team that Florida will be facing. Creighton
Blue Jays. Okay. Creighton is out of the Big East. They're 18-7. Their coach was just reinstated after using a racial slur. A 72% win percentage, 11-3 at home, 7-4 away, and 14-6 in conference.
Right. So, again, just winning enough for a 16 seed, you know?
And a racist.
All right. On to a play an 11th seed, though.
Phil Jackson was never accused of being a racist, and he was the, quote, Zen master. Maybe part of that Zen was treating people with respect. But who knows? Couldn't do it with the Knicks, though.
So, the first 11 seed is the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Starting to see a problem with the way that we have the wheels constructed is because I think each wheel has like half Power 5 schools and half mid-majors.
Yep.
I think first year we did a little bit differently, but year 4 we'll remember that one. All right. The Big Ten Conference, Iowa is 20-7, 74.1% win percentage. They are 14-2 at home, 6-4 away, and 14-6.
All right, and next wheel will tell us who they're facing. So we'll see if we Delaware.
A bit lower. Okay. Delaware, a school that has definitely had a pause or two this season. They are 7-8 with a 46.7 win percentage. Keep in mind, in a normal college basketball season, you get about 28 games. They have about 15.
15.
Yeah. They are 6-3 at home, 1-4 away, and 5-4 in conference. Out of the Colonial Athletic Association.
All right.
Yikes.
Well, apparently they played just enough games, you know?
Well, I mean, not enough to be 500, but...
Yeah, I know, right?
Anyway, moving on. You got to play the hand you're dealt, I guess.
Yep. All right. Who will be our next 16 seed?
Okay. Iona. Out of the MAC, the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, they are 9-5, so 14 games played.
Oh.
64.3% win percentage, 4-2 at home, 4-3 away, 6-3 in conference.
Okay. So again, they played just enough games, I guess.
So right now, our mid-majors look like they actually could have won their tournaments. We haven't gotten anything too comical yet.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping if we get some of these decent ones out of the way now, as we fill the rest of the bracket, which has 64 remaining spots after the playing games, it's going to be just as humorous.
Yep. All right. Who will they be facing? It looks like Austin.
Austin P. Then they are out of the Ohio Valley Conference. They are 14-13 with a 51.9% win percentage, 8-5 at home, 4-6 away, 10-10 in conference.
All right. Well, they have almost 28 games, right? So
in conference, 20 games in your conference is a lot.
but also situation,
like,
I guess.
I guess, but actually, yeah, Belmont is 18-2 in that same conference. I think everybody played 20 games in their conference.
Yeah. All right. On to the last play-in game. The first team for that play-in game will be Colorado.
Northern Colorado, not Colorado State, Colorado. Out of the Pac-12, they are 20-7, 74.1% win percentage, 11-1 at home, 6-6 away, 14-6 in conference. They have won their last 4 games. Going into whatever the fuck this is.
Yeah, I guess. So, they're in the play-in, so one more team for it. Do we have any hope for this team?
Okay, the Sam Houston State Bearcats, is that what it says?
Yeah.
Out of the Southland Conference, they are 19-8 with a 70% win percentage. They're 12-1 at home, 7-6 away, 13-3 in conference.
All right, so
That's a bummer. Everybody's fucking good.
anything you want to
Shit
say
on
about
me.
any of these teams?
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Yeah,
We
so
didn't start this concept for it to work.
Hey, you had a pretty weird mix of like 2 teams that only played 14 and 15 games respectively. One team played 20 games in their conference. I guess it'll work out. All right, on to the first quarter of the bracket. So as we stated, the red play-in game will go here. And the last wheel to start is on. So, who will be the number 1 team from this wheel?
Kentucky State's younger brother.
Santa Clara.
Young State, same concept. All right. Santa Clara. They are out of the West Coast Conference, the conference that Gonzaga is in. They're 12-8, 6-4 at home, 4-3 away, 4-5 in conference.
Okay.
I'm also using our Twitter account for this. We haven't used it in a long time. We have 9 followers, so if anybody's listening, please follow it at In the Tunnel Pod, because we don't use this, and I think the fact that the only time it updates is when we upload an episode has made people think that we're a spam account. So let's build up the brand.
Yeah.
Santa
All right. Well,
Clara.
So Santa Clara is the number 1 seed. So we are back to the first wheel, which picked the Seminoles to choose our number 8 seed, because Santa Clara will get the winner of our play-in match from the previous. All right. Our number 8 seed is Temple. Anything good on them?
Oh, yeah. Out of the American Athletic Conference, the AAC, they are 5-10 with a 33.3 win percentage. They are 3-5 at home, 2-5 away, and 4-10 conference. Temple, they're good at losing everywhere.
They're 5-10, did you say?
4-10. My apologies.
No. Overall record.
Oh yeah, 5-10.
But they're 4-10 in conference.
Yep.
So they played 1 out of conference game.
Yep.
Oh God. Okay. Well, who will they be facing? They will be facing Baylor. So we have
Temple. It's a dud in terms of entertainment. Baylor is 21-1. They're the number 2 ranked team in the country. They're 11-0 at home, 7-1 away, 13-1 in conference.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Predicting March Madness. I'm going to tweet this until it's an autofill search on Twitter.
So the number 2 team, they're the number 2 team in the whole NCAA right now, and they're number 9 in this conference. Why? In this region?
That's a good question, Sean.
Santa Clara is just that much better. All right, who will be the number 5 seed?
Can't wait for people to get back to these tweets in a year like they did our NHL draft shit from like 2018. Like, oh, this is wrong. It's like, yeah, no, fuck. Or that was the NBA draft one. Like, yeah, fucker, we spun a wheel. Like, nobody gives a shit about the
All
NBA
right,
like
so
that.
the number 5 seed for this conference is the Idaho Vandals.
And I lost it. Shit. Oh, there it is. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. This like because everything in the table is in alphabetical order, and this build-up is just so precious. Out of the Big Sky Conference, Idaho Vandals are 1-20. They have a 4.8 win percentage, 1-9 at home, 0-11 away, and 1-17 in conference.
Okay. Well, they're just better than Baylor, so they get to face the number 12 seed, I guess. Anyway, they will be facing the Charlotte 49ers.
49ers. I lost my search tool. Bear with me just one bit. Charmin. Wiping your ass with Charmin. All right, UNC Charlotte out of Conference USA is 9-15. They are 6-7 at home, 3-8 away, and 5-11 in conference.
Okay. They have a losing record everywhere.
Yeah, that's the fun of this.
Anyway, on to the number 4 seed. Western Michigan Broncos.
Okay, out of the Mid-American Conference, the other MAC, they are 5-16. They are 2-9 at home, 3-7 away, 4-12 in conference. They're good for a 23.8% win percentage.
Great number 4 seed you have here.
I can't wait for Twitter to block us for tweeting too much.
And then they will be facing Southern Illinois.
Southern Illinois. It's hard to tweet all this shit. All right, Southern Illinois is 12-14. Good enough for a 46.21 percentage. They're 8-5 at home, 3-8 away, and 5-13.
All right, so now that half of Region 1 is done, including that play-in one, what do we think of the top half?
I mean, I hate to say this. You kind of were hoping for some winners in there just to like throw things off. The only one we got was Baylor, and it made it maybe a little too comical. Maybe, but at the same time, just a joyous moment in time.
All right, well, continuing on to the bottom half of Region 1 at the 6th seed, let's see who we get. Stanford.
Out of the Pac-12, they are 14-12. They are 2-4 at home, 6-6 away, 10-10 in conference.
Okay.
Picturesque versions of average.
Yep. Pretty right down the middle in record and everything. Anyway. They'll be facing Texas A&M. Oh, A&M-CC. Sorry.
So much. I feel like we had them a year or so ago.
Yeah, I think so.
Actually, last year, I think it was. Out of the Southland Conference, Texas A&M CC is 5-19. They are 4-8 at home, 1-10 away, and 2-13 in conference.
All right. That's not looking so hot there.
Say not.
Yep. All right, on to the number 3 seed. Appalachian State. I'm pretty sure we've had these guys in the past too.
Funny is they actually won their conference tournament.
That's hilarious.
Appalachian State. All right. Out of the Sun Belt Conference, they are 17-11, 9-4 at home, 4-7 away, and 7-8 in conference.
Okay. That's a good change of pace to have a decent team, I guess, here.
Absolutely.
And they will be facing at the 14 seed New Hampshire.
They are out of the American East Conference. They are 10-9. They are 5-6 at home. They are 5-3 away, 9-6 in conference.
Okay. Well, slightly bad at home, I guess, but everything's away, so
Everything's away. Everything's away.
good on them.
I don't have a good song for that.
Anyway.
Decided not to send a tweet every team, so I'm doing every matchup instead.
Yep. And the 7th seed is the Kennesaw State Owls.
Like trouble. And it is. Kennesaw State will be a, 7 seed. They are out of the Atlantic Sun.
Mm-hmm.
They are 5-19.
Great.
They're 5-9 at home, 0-9 on the road.
Well,
and 2-13 in conference.
Well, these games are not at home.
I need to tweak the wheels next year. This may have gone a little bit too far in the other direction. This is why this episode is so much fun. You wait a year for something like this.
All right, and they'll be facing the South Carolina Upstate Spartans.
Of course. You wouldn't want just normal South Carolina. You want South Carolina Upstate.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're just going with South Carolina State then, because that's all I can find here.
Oh.
Bear with me. Let me do some research. South Carolina Upstate. Christ. Maybe they got relegated.
Well, they're back.
They're in the Big South. Let me find this. Come on, we can do this. Big South. Oh, there it is. USC Upstate. That's why.
Oh.
All right. USC Upstate is 5-18. They are 3-8 at home, 2-10 away, and 5-11 in conference.
So, at least against Kennesaw State, they have road wins.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
they should be favored.
Go Vault.
Anyway, on to the number 2 seed. We have
Speed this up.
the Townsend Tigers. Oh, what, Tosin?
The CAA. They are 4-14. 4-4 at home, 0-6 away, 3-9 in conference.
As I was saying, all these games are basically away. Don't look good for our number 2 seed here.
Hang on.
Alright, and to finalize Region 1, we have the Marist Red Fox.
MAAC. They are 12-8, 6-3 at home, 6-5 away, and 10-8 in conference.
Alright, so we've completed Region 1. Apparently, Toes and Tigers at what, 4-14 or whatever it is?
Yeah, at a record.
It's better than Marist here. But, you know, the wheel has spoken, so.
Nobody said that this was going to make any sense.
Yep. Alright, on to the second region. Yeah,
Do
the
it.
second region, the number 11 seed has the play-in, so we will be rolling a number 16 seed here. Alright, and for the number 1 seed for this region, Eastern Kentucky.
I just take some dude's picks and roll with them.
Huh.
All right. They're out of the Ohio Valley Conference. They are 22-7, 10-2 at home, 9-4 away, 15-5 in conference. I've decided to stop tweeting because we actually have to get moving.
Anyway, yeah, so they will be facing.
We'll just tweet out the pictures anyway. It's fine. We do need to get more involved on the Twitter page.
USC.
Actual one or is it USC?
USC Trojans.
USC. Really?
The actual USC. I like how we have to make that distinction.
According to the site, it's Southern Cal. They're 21-6, 13-2 at home, 7-3 away, and 15-5 in conference. We finally have a good team in.
But they're the 16th seed.
Makes sense to me. No one said that this was going to make any sense, and I am more than happy about that.
All right, and the number 8 seed is VMI.
That we ain't doing VMI. No, I'm kidding. Out of the Southern Conference,
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I gotta find it first because this site is being dookie and fucking lying to me about, acronyms and shit.
South Carolina.
Virginia Military Institute, 13-12, 11-1 at home, 1-10 away, 7-7 in conference, and also thank you to VMI in the real world for taking down Furman and allowing my alma mater UNCG to clinch the Southern Conference and clinch a dance to the tournament. So, moving right along, I had to throw in the fact that I go to a winning school.
Anyway, yeah, they'll be facing Texas State.
Favorite place to go as a kid, if I was lying. All right, out of the Sun Belt Conference, Texas State is 18-7. They are 8-3 at home, 9-3 away, and 12-3 in conference.
All right. Fifth seed. Tulane. Green Wave.
Out of the AAC, otherwise known as the is the 9-12 Tulane Green Wave. They are 6-6 at home, 3-6 away, and 4-12 in conference.
All right. Well, they had a okay record, but their away record is not that good. So,
yeah, well, I mean, eventually, there's not going to be many teams where we define average across the board, unfortunately.
yeah, so they'll be facing Georgetown.
All right, out of the Big East, because they're one of the schools that I guess never left. They are 10-12, 7-6 at home, 2-6 away, and 7-9 in conference. The Hoyas of Georgetown.
Yep. And for the fourth seed, you'll have.
I like the Easter candy we have here.
Yeah.
The Campbell.
Campbell.
Did you say
Campbell? Yeah. Hey, I wanted to mispronounce it, okay?
I mispronounced the soup for 18 years. All right. Anyway, they're 17-10 out of the Big South Conference. They're 9-3 at home, 6-7 away, and 11-6 in conference. The Campbell Camels.
Fighting Camels, dude.
Oh, sure. How dare I get it wrong?
No. How dare you miss a word?
Lord knows that you never miss a word. Spell check your fucking YouTube video descriptions and catch you spelling the word "duh" wrong.
Hey, man. Anyway, they'll be facing Rice.
Any clever pronunciation for rice? It's not Rice.
Nah, dude. See,
It's too flamboyant for Texas, I know.
Campbell could be, like split into two words.
Except for the fact that there was no space.
Hey. There's enough of space there, okay?
He said, hey, like, okay, look, I'm drunk, but, like, hear me out. All right. So Rice is 14-12 out of the CUSA. They're 9-3 at home, 3-9 away, and 6-10 in conference.
Yep. All right. Yeah, this top half actually had some, I guess one pretty good team, I think, and then a bunch of average team. So on to the second half. All right. So at the 6th seed, who will be playing the winner of the play-in for the 11th seed?
I love to just predicting this stuff if I could read who's on the wheel, but there's no way I can. And I don't there's just too many wheels to guess.
Yeah. Oh, Manhattan.
Manhattan, the country of Manhattan. They are 7-13.
Great.
They are 4-6 at home, 3-6 away, and 6-12 in conference. Also, Manhattan is a school that had that one-armed guy 10 years ago.
Oh. Okay. Anyway, on to the 3 seed. We have San Jose State.
San Jose State. All right. Out of the Mountain West Conference, they are 5-16, 1-6 at home, 0-8 away, 3-13 in conference.
Wait, did you say they were 5-16? Yeah.
Something on the math here. 1-6 at home, 0-8 away, and 3-13 in conference.
But where's the other win, dude?
Hey, that's on the site.
And how do they have 3 wins in conference, but only 1 win home or away?
You know what? I'm going to give them an away win. I don't know if they did or not, but I'm going to give it to them. Unless they have a win by forfeit, which would count as, I guess, a nullified field. But I don't have the details on that. All right, moving right along.
14th seed. Georgia.
They are 14-11, 12-5 at home, 2-6 away, 7-11 in conference. Georgia Bulldogs.
Pretty decent team. And we probably can account for all their wins. So, anyway.
Want to run the math real quick? No, we don't have time. We don't have time.
Yeah, on to the 7th seed. The Southern Jaguars. Have to be completely ambiguous in their name, right?
Change does not make it any harder to find. God damn it. What are they? Fucking hate this shit sometimes. Southern Jaguars.
Anyway, I'll spin their competition while you're at it.
I got them. They are 8-6 in conference, 8-10 overall, 5-2 at home, 3-7. Oh, it's the return of Chicago State.
Yup.
Chicago State. They are 0-9 this year.
Wait, they've only played 9 games?
Yep. They are 0-0 at home. 0-7 away. And the site fucked it up again. We're missing games. Apparently they're 0-0 in conference.
Wait. What about neutral site games? I guess we'll never know. All right, on to the 2 seed.
We'll never know how many times they got their ass kicked in a neutral site. Oh, dear God. It must be nice to be in that.
Ooh, the 2 seed is Duke.
Right, Duke. They're 12-11 this year, 8-5 at home, 3-6 away, and 9-9 in conference. Technically still alive, Duke Blue Devils.
You know, like, even though they're 12-11, I could still see them being a high seed.
Player.
So, on to the 15 seed, last seed for this one.
15 seed.
We have Wake Forest.
Wake Forest is 6-16. They are 5-6 at home, 1-9 away, and 3-15 in conference.
Okay. So what do we think of this part of the bracket?
Competitive.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, like, even though Duke is like 12-11, I can still see it being pretty high seed. We have some pretty good teams, and we have the return of Chicago State, so it's great.
Somehow we got 2 ACC teams. Wait, we didn't rotate the wheels. How did we get 2 ACC teams playing each other?
I did. I've been rotating.
Weird. Okay.
Well.
Enough.
Anyway,
I feel like the ACC tournament's going on right now. That Duke Wake Forest game could happen tomorrow, but yeah, I'm with it.
All right, on to the number 1 seed for the 3rd region. So we're halfway through.
Yep. Also, Duke is about to beat Louisville, so something very eerily. I don't know if Wake Forest is next in line or not. They might also be done, but
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we'll ever find out.
well, goddamn.
Well, UNC Asheville
Just the same.
is the number 1 seed here.
Average, here you go. They're 10-10. They're 6-4 at home, 4-6 away, and 9-5. The only thing they're not averaging is in conference.
Yeah. Well,
Lord knows how they went 9-5 in conference and 1-5 everywhere else, but I guess when you're a mid-major, you don't exactly play, cupcake schedules.
or consistency isn't in your game either.
Oh yeah, no, not a chance, not a chance.
All right, on to the 8th seed. Florida Atlantic.
Fine. Someone in Vegas is going to get shot, which is weird because I feel like that's where it always happens. All right, they're out of Conference USA. They are 12-9, 7-1 at home, 4-7 away, 7-5 in conference, with a 4-game winning streak going into whatever the fuck this is.
Anyway, on to the 9th seed.
Sweet. Oh, I saw a bird.
Okay, the 9th seed is Monmouth.
All right. They are 12-7, are 7-2 at home, 5-5 away, and 12-6 in conference.
Wait, so they're 12-7, but 18 of them were conference games? So they lost their 1 out of conference game.
Yep.
Good job, guys. Whoa. Okay, on to the 5th seed. Fairleigh Dickinson. How
Fine
is...
still went away. Like,
Huh?
Fairleigh Dickinson is 9-15, 4-6 at home, 5-9 away, and 10.
Okay. So, okay, and the 12 seed for them will be... Lafayette.
Nine and 3 at home, 3-3 away, 9-5 in conference.
Okay. On to the 4 seed. We have Grambling. Do you need time to find that one?
Fucking fine tool wouldn't stop. Grambling. Oh, it's not Grambling State, is it?
Grambling Tigers.
Tiger. Shit. Okay, they're 11-11, 6-4 at home, 5-7 away, 9-6 in conference.
Okay. And they will face Louisiana Ragin' Cajun. All right. So that's the first half of the third region. So we will kick off the second half with their 6 versus 11. So the 6th seed is the Houston Cougars.
Louisiana Lafayette is 10-7 in conference, 17-9, 10-3 at home, 6-4 away. Houston Cougars are a top 10 team in the country. Houston is 21-3, 15-0 at home, 5-3 away, 14-3 in conference. I don't know how you get 15 home games and only 8 away games, but pandemic.
Yeah. So they'll be facing Butler.
Big. They are 9-14, 8-4 at home, 1-9 away, and 8-12 in conference.
Okay. They're not doing so hot. But Houston's a pretty good team, so we have a good team for this region. All right. On to the 3 seed. We will have Southern Utah.
All right, 19-3 out of the Big Sky Conference, 14-0 at home, 5-3 away, and 12-2 in conference.
Okay. And they'll be facing Oakland Golden Grizzlies.
Oakland is out of the Horizon League. They are 12-18, 5-4 at home, 6-11 away, and 10-10 in conference. We found finally a team average in conference.
Yeah, I know, right?
Except not average anywhere else.
But they are playing out of conference. So
Indeed. Yes, this whole tournament, other than Duke versus Wake Forest, is out of conference.
Yep. On to the 7th seed. We have Northern Illinois.
Illinois is out of the Mid-American Conference. They are 3-16, 2-7 at home, 1-9 away, and 2-12 in conference.
That's pretty bad all around.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I was like,
is there a lot of good that can be withdrawn from a 3-16 team?
No, not really, dude.
Right.
All right, on to the 10. It is Eastern Illinois.
'18 out of the Ohio Valley, 5-7 at home, 4-11 away, 6-14 in conference.
Okay. I mean, there's a little bit more good that we can take in from that team than the Northern Illinois counterpart.
Why not? Put Illinois teams against each other and then put them in Indiana, ironically enough.
Yeah, all right, on to the 2 seed. Will we get another seemingly good team, or will the wheel bless us with a weird pig? Tennessee.
It's Tennessee. Well, that's Tennessee. They are 17-7 out of the SEC. I think they're the second SEC team after Georgia. 13-3 at home, 4-4 away, 10-7 in conference. The Volunteers of Tennessee. Spell Volunteers with one too many O's.
Sorry, I'm trying to...
I know, it's a lot of pressure to spell things right.
No, I was trying to switch between things properly. All right, on to who they'll be facing in the 15 seed. They will face the North Dakota Fighting Hawks.
Hawks? My apologies. I heard hogs in my headphones.
Oh.
I was going to say the Fighting Hogs is maybe the name of a team that wins it all. North Dakota is 9-17, 5-3 at home, 3-11 away, 8-8 in conference.
Right.
I'd root for the Fighting Hogs all day long.
Yeah, why not, dude? Anyway,
just think of the clever euphemisms you can, create with it.
So we have our teams for the third region. Any team you want to shout out? How Asheville made it over UNCG?
Well, they're in different conferences. I wouldn't have been surprised if they weren't on the same wheel. I fucking hate that. And maybe I'm a little late to this party. Is who was it that did make it? VMI.
Yeah.
That was Region 2, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, VMI was Region 2. Okay, on to the final region. Ready for their number 1 seed?
Yeah.
The wheel has chosen
Team Troy.
Troy Trojan.
Trying to see if I can read in such a tiny font. All right, Troy is out of the Sun Belt Conference. They're 11-17, 7-4 at home, 2-11 away, 4-12 in conference.
Okay. And the 16 seed they will be facing is Binghamton.
Binghamton Bearcats. They are out of the America East. They are 4-14, 1-9 at home, 3-5 away, 4-10 in conference.
Well, their away record shows that they can win on the road.
Yes, they just have to lose 10 games in the interim.
Yep. All right, on to the 8th seed. Have
John's?
St. John.
St. John's Red Storm. St. John. John. Out of the Big East, they are 16-10, 11-3 at home, 4-6 away, 10-9 in conference.
Hey. And at the 9 seed, they'll be facing off against Minnesota.
Minnesota. I think that might be our first Big Ten team.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They are 13-14, 13-4 at home, 0-10 on the road, 6-14 in conference.
Wait, did you say 0-10 on the road?
Yep. On a 7-game losing streak too.
Jeez. I was like, that they have like almost a 500. So
I know they beat Purdue. I'm curious if they haven't won a game since.
Oh.
Actually, they won tonight because your boy put money on it.
You put money on what?
Hey man, I don't make picks. I just follow other people who make the picks and then post them on a Facebook page.
Oh, okay. Anyway, on to the 5th seed.
I found that gambling is a lot simpler and a lot easier when you don't have to be the one thinking about it.
Northeastern Husky.
Northeastern out of the Colonial. They are 10-9, 5-1 at home, 4-7 away, and 8-2 in conference.
Okay, again, their away record
8.
leaves something to be desired.
Yes, but 8 of their 10 wins are in conference.
Yeah. Don't look good for them, huh?
Yeah, good for them. Must be nice.
On to their opponent. The Delaware State Hornets.
All right, out of the MEAC, they are, oh my God. First of all, Bethune-Cookman, who was on the bracket last year, I guess opted out this year, as well as Maryland East Shore. There are 2 teams in this conference with 0-0 as their record. South Carolina State is 1-17. Howard is 1-4. But the one that we picked, Delaware State, is 3-16.
Wait.
3-6 at home, 0-10 away, 1-11 in conference. If you can find out where they won that game, I'd tell you it was at home.
Anyway, on to the number 4 seed.
The MEAC might have my heart forever after reading that.
The number 4 seed is the St. Francis Harriers.
Always needed more Saints.
I'm assuming BKN is Brooklyn.
Yeah, St. Francis, New York, because there's also a St. Francis in Pennsylvania, which we had last year.
Yep.
And they ironically play in the same conference.
Oh, jeez, why?
All right, so St. Francis of New York is 9-10, 4-6 at home, 5-4 away, and 9-9 in conference.
Okay, that's not bad. Anyway, their opponent at 13
Has spaces here.
is the South Carolina.
Carolina. The Gamecocks. Right. They are 6-14. 3-6 at home, 2-7 away, 4-12 in conference. The same South Carolina team that made the Final Four only 4 years ago.
Yep. Well, I mean, 4 years is a really big difference for college. Your entire team changes.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was either 3 or 4 years ago. They beat Gonzaga or something. They played or beat Gonzaga.
I mean, we have a whole rant, or you have a whole rant on this channel about Gonzaga. So,
by the way, yesterday confirmed that I don't think that they're for real because they almost lost to BYU.
Anyway, time to finish the last half of this region. So, the 6th seed will be Purdue Fort Wayne.
Ruin that for me. Right. Well, let me look this up. There it is. 8-15 out of the Summit League. They are 5-6 at home, 3-9 away, and 6-14 in conference.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I just want to take a moment to recognize the Summit League for having Oral Roberts having won 5 straight games, and I guess this is because they all just played their conference tournaments, and I'm realizing how stupid this is coming out of my mouth. Every other team in the conference is on a losing streak because it's a conference tournament, and of course they have to. The Sun Belt is the same way.
All
so
right,
is the
on
West
to
Coast
the
Conference.
number 3 seed.
And I'm surprised it took me that long to figure that out.
Arkansas State.
All right. Arkansas State is 11-13. They're 9-3 at home, 1-9 away, 7-8 conference. A lot of teams this year, good at home, horrible away.
Yeah, but like every game is technically away unless you have neutral site, right?
Every game is technically away if you're the home team too, though.
Yeah. So, yeah, on to the 14th seed. Ooh. Rhode Island.
Oh, all right. They are 10-15, 6-3 at home, 2-9 away, and 7-10 in conference.
Okay. And then the 7 seed.
Spin that veal.
The 7 seed will
I want to
be...
see a lamb on its back.
Ooh, you'll like this.
All right, for the second year in a row, Pitt is in the tournament. Pitt is 10-12. They are.
That's considerably better than half the teams in the wheel has chosen, you know?
You would think, but their top 2 scorers have decided to leave the school. They are 7-6 at home, 3-5 away, and 6-10 in conference.
Okay, well, who will they be facing?
I hope it's God.
Yeah, that's definitely not it, dude.
Well, if there's 2 St. Francis's in the same conference, you can't tell me there isn't a God.
Well, they're facing Ohio State.
Oh, good. So it's a local game. Ohio State is 18-8, 10-4 at home, 7-4 away, and 12-8 in conference. An ACC versus Big Ten challenge.
Doesn't seem good for Pitt there. All right, and our
yeah, I could have told you that Pitt's losing that one.
final 2 teams. Let's see.
Right, they act like they're good.
Well, they had an almost 500 record.
Yeah, almost. They started at 7-2.
Oh, Marshall is our number 2 seed here.
Marshall is out of the CUSA. They are 15-6, 9-3 at home, 6-3 away, and 9-5 in conference. The Thundering Herd and Randy Moss Alumni School. Byron Leftwich, all the great basketball players that you've heard of from the NFL.
All right, and the final
Mostly
team.
because they didn't play basketball.
Final team, man, is Harvard.
Okay, Harvard, oh boy. The Ivy League opted out this year.
Yay!
What a great way to end. Everyone in the Ivy League is 0-0. Harvard makes the tournament despite having no season.
They have no losses.
No losses. I mean, the committee likes that. I mean, it worked for Gonzaga. Oh, that was an authentic way to finish out the bracket.
Yep. All right, so let's do a quick recap of our bracket, starting with the play-in. So, yeah, for the Region 1 play-in, we have Florida State and Creighton. Then we have Iowa and Delaware. Iona and Austin. And then
Austin P.
Colorado and Sam Houston State.
Yep, indeed. All right, and then let's go over to the first region. We have the number 1 seed with Santa Clara.
Baylor, who actually has the best record, I think, chosen, is the number 9 seed here. Take it how you will.
They'll be taking on Temple. And then we have the 5-seeded Idaho versus 12-seed UNC Charlotte.
Yep.
We have 4-seeded Western Michigan against Southern Illinois, the 13th seed.
Yeah.
And then to finish it off, we have Stanford being the 6th seed out of the Pac-12 playing against Texas A&M CC. We have App State, the Sun Belt champions, at the 3 seed against New Hampshire. We have Kennesaw State against South Carolina Upstate. And then we have Towson against Marist.
Yep. And then for Region 2, Eastern Kentucky takes the number 1 seed. Virginia Military Institute, your favorite, and Texas State are the 8-9. Tulane and Georgetown are 5-12. Campbell and Rice are a 4-13 matchup.
You're still sticking with Campbell instead of Campbell.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to hold you to it for the rest of your life.
At least this tournament.
You know, fair enough. That could go a month.
Anyway.
There's a good chance we're going to have to, finish this up after March Madness ends.
All right. Anyway, Manhattan takes the number 6 seed against the play-in winner. San Jose State and Georgia are the 3-14 for Region 2. And the Southern Jaguars and Chicago State are favored from years past is the 7-10 matchup. Duke at a just over 500 record, takes the number 2 seed somehow, and they play in their only in-division matchup for the entire March Madness round of 30, round of 64 of Wake Forest. All right, and on to Region 3. We have UNC Asheville taking the number 1 seed somehow. Florida Atlantic and Monmouth as the 8-9 matchup. 5 is Fairleigh Dickinson and 12 is Lafayette. And Grambling in Louisiana, Ragin' Cajun at the 4 and 13. Houston is the 6th seed with Butler being 11. Southern Utah and Oakland take the 3 and 14, and a battle of Illinois at 7 and 10, Northern versus Eastern, finishing with Tennessee and North Dakota as the 2 and 15. And for the last region, the one we just finished with, is Troy at the number 1 seed facing Binghamton, St. John's and Minnesota at 8 and 9, Northeastern and Delaware at 5 and 12, and St. Francis of New York and South Carolina at 4 and 13. Then Purdue Fort Wayne takes the number 6 seed against their play-in winner. The Arkansas State and Rhode Island take 3 and 14. Pittsburgh at a 10 and 12 record takes the 7 seed over Ohio State at 10. And Marshall and Harvard, a team that didn't even have to play this year, round out the last matchup of the 2 and 15.
Much.
All right. Anything you want to say? We will pick this up with the actual starting to actually predict out the games in the next episode.
I'll start working on creating actual graphics like we did last year. Get them tweeted out, put it on the Facebook page and everything. And we'll roll with this during episodes for the next few weeks as we've done in years past.
Yep.
It's going to be pretty interesting. We got this year, the pandemic hits us in different ways. We have Chicago State back in.
Yep.
The folklore heroes, Chicago State, maybe the worst team in Division I basketball.
Yep.
They are, Lord knows how 2 years ago they won those 3 games. But now we have a throw-in that is Harvard with them, the Ivy League opting out. So
yep.
we bring forward entertainment anew.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for tuning in, and catch you next time.